We do not inherit the earth from our parents, we borrow it from our children, and we have a responsibility to them. Climate change is a global environmental and economic issue. It is set to affect every person in every country on Earth. From the obvious impacts like increasing extreme weather, droughts and floods, sea level rise, ocean acidification, and hotter temperatures, to the less obvious impacts such as stranded investment assets, shortages of common foods like coffee, chocolate, and grain, and health and security concerns. No one on this planet is immune from climate impacts. Climate change will affect each person and each sector of the economy differently, but we all need to respond. Everyone needs to be active and engaged in climate solutions. The risks of inaction on climate change are immense and perhaps best viewed through the lens of choice. We can either choose to do nothing and the environment will change around us, or we can choose to be proactive and take control of our future. Governments alone cannot meet the climate change crisis. The private sector, business, and investors must work with governments at all levels to create an orderly transition to a new model for growth and development. It is everyone's responsibility to ensure a healthy planet that sustains healthy growth. Offsetting is a valid way to reduce global carbon emissions quickly and cost-effectively because it recognizes that there are barriers to an immediate shift to low-emission or no-emission business models. System-wide changes take time. Each business and even each individual should be regularly evaluating their emissions footprint, reducing that footprint when possible, and seeking to offset what cannot be reduced to speed up and scale up the transformation to climate neutrality. Offsetting, along with reporting emissions, increasing efficiency, and reducing emissions whenever possible, is a clear signal that a business is committed to a climate-safe future for all. Consumers and investors should be investigating the climate footprint of the businesses they buy from or invest in as part of their own contribution to climate solutions. One thing climate change teaches us is that all these systems are interrelated. So a consumer cannot have a low emission footprint and an investor cannot have a climate-friendly portfolio if they are patronizing or investing in high-emission activities. If we want a stable, secure future that is prosperous for generations to come, we must choose to act and act now. If we want economies to prosper in a world with climate change, we must choose to act now. If we want businesses to remain relevant and profitable in a carbon-constrained world, we must choose to act now. We cannot prosper in isolation. We must, we can, and we will address climate change.